Okay, so for the second session of the day, we would like to invite Ms. Phang Lian, Vice President of Malaysia Shopping Malls Association, to present her topic, Shop to Keep the Trip Memory Alive. The floor is yours, Ms. Phang.
Thank you. Hi, thank you, Aaron. Good afternoon, everyone. Let me turn on my slide first. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of PPK, Malaysia Shopping Mall Association, I would like to thank the organizer for inviting us to speak in this Cuti-Cuti Malaysia with Confidence CMC virtual conference and exhibition this afternoon. As we know, the pandemic has nearly brought the tourism industry to a halt. Hence, this conference is held in time as the vaccination rate of Malaysians has achieved more than 90%, 96%, and the booster jab already in progress, and the world is moving from zero COVID strategy to endemic acceptance. The easing of lockdown restrictions and permissions for interstate travel by our government 3 months ago have boosted and revived the domestic tourism. Many local tourist spots, including those less developed tourist spots before pandemic, are now growing resiliently. The industry stakeholders have been working closely with the government to develop sustainable tourism strategy framework. And we hope the international travel among the green countries can be resumed as soon as possible. Shopping is always one of the preferred activities in tourism. In some regional malls, 30% or more of their shopper profiles are tourists. Any hit in tourism industry will direct or indirectly affect the mall and the retail industry. Hence, it is important for all of us here to work together to promote shopping tourism. So let's shop to keep the trip memory alive. Okay, let me begin by introducing our Malaysia Shopping Mall Association. It's called PPK, Persatuan Pengurusan Kompleks, or Malaysia Shopping Malls Association. PPK was formed in 1984 and its core objectives are enhance professionalism in mall industry, to create networking among shopping malls fraternity, and share information among the industry stakeholders, representation of the mall industry and interaction with government authorities, and provide education and training opportunities. Our PPK association comprises of owners, managers, developers, and operators of shopping malls throughout the country. We are also the founder member of a Council of Asian Shopping Centre, CASC, comprising of fellow associations from Indonesia, Hong Kong, Taiwan, China, and Japan. We associate from uh, Singapore, Philippines, and Thailand. The overview of our Malaysia shopping malls industry. There are 701 shopping malls in the country with 185.8 million square feet of net lettable area, and also with the direct number of employees estimated 60,000 number of working employees. And coming soon, there are a few mega malls going to open in Klang Valley. They are Pavilion Bukit Jalil, going to open on 5th of December 2021, very soon. There's also Misui Lala Court Bukit Bintang, located at the Bukit Bintang City Centre, opening next year. There are also 118 Mall and TRX, also targeting opening in 2022 and 2023. Uh, The key players in Malaysia shopping mall industry, there are quite a number of key players. We have Sunway malls because they have 7 malls, which are Sunway Pyramid, Sunway Velocity Mall, Sunway Putra Mall, Sunway Giza, Sunway Carnival Mall in Penang, Sunway Citrine and Big Box in Johor. Capital Land, they have 6 malls throughout the country. They are MICE, Sungai Wang, Tri Damansara, Gurney and Queens Bay Mall in Penang, and East Coast Mall in Kuantan. Pavilion Group, they have four malls. Pavilion KL, Intermark, Taman, and soon Pavilion Bukit Jalil. WCT Group, they have 4 malls, which are Paradigm PJ, Paradigm JB, Johor, Gateway at KLIA 2, and Sky Park Terminal. Bandar Utama Group, they have 3 malls, One Utama, Center Point, and Central Mall. IGB Group, they have 3 malls, Mid Valley, The Garden, South Key in Johor Bahru. And KLCC Group, they have 3 malls, Surya KLCC, Alamanda Putrajaya, and Mesra Mall, Terengganu. These are the key players in Malaysia shopping mall industry. Of course, there are also many other developers as well throughout the country. Okay, shopping tourism. As we all know, shopping is an integral part of tourism for both international and domestic tourists. Malaysia has succeeded in positioning and promoting the country as one of the world's top shopping tourism destination. Before the pandemic in 2019, we have 26 million of tourist arrival and generated 86 billion in revenue from the tourist expenditure. And out of this 86 billion of revenue, more than 30% was spent on shopping. As you can see from the slide here, 2019 for international tourism, 2019 shopping was 33.3% of the tourist spent. And for 2020, the ratio is similar. 34.4% of the tourism receipts are spent in shopping. However, the tourist arrival plunged to 83.4% from previous year, from 26.1 million to 4.33 million. As at today, Malaysia is still not open to international tourism, but we do know that government is seriously looking into this subject matter together with the industry key stakeholders. As we all know, I think Singapore and Malaysia, the VTL, the vaccinated travel lane, will be opened up. I think next week. As for the domestic tourism, the shopping comprises more than 50% of their tourist expenditure. As you can see here, 2019, the shopping element is 52.1%, and 2020 shopping portion actually went up to 55%. We believe the increase of shopping ratio in tourist expenditure in this domestic tourism was due to the pent-up demand after lockdown, and also it could be some of the saving where tourists are not able to travel overseas, so they will probably divert their spending to local tourism. So, in view of the above, we have to depend on the domestic tourism and now make shopping even more of an attraction in the short term. Malls will continue to attract shoppers due to the good SOPs in place and some of the safety practices, coupled with very strict compliance with SOPs set by the government. So, for example, we have for shopping malls, most of the shopping malls, they have a very strict gatekeeping at all the mall entrances to check the shoppers' MySejahtera risk status to ensure only low risk or the safe shoppers entrance only. And also, there are requirements by malls for fully vaccination status for all the mall and the retail workers, including shoppers for some of the mall. Some of the mall actually they put it as a compulsory in order to compulsory vaccinated in order to enter the mall. Uh, and most of the malls also they have increased the frequency of the cleaning and sanitization as part of the safety measure and hygiene standard, and also provide a very clean ventilations. Of course, for most of the retail shops, they also have this limit number of shoppers inside their shop at any point of time. This is also to make sure they have a sufficient space for the social distancing. And also there's also dedicated area for those p-hailing pickups, takeaways, or drive-to pickups. These are some of the new SOP that have set in place during this pandemic time. So experiential shopping. For your information, before pandemic, 1 out of 5 Malaysians spend their weekend at shopping malls. Malls offer experiential shopping and create conducive ambience to entice shoppers to visit and stay longer. Some of the key tourist attractions in the shopping malls are variety of food offerings, especially the local authentic food. I believe some of you, when you travel, you want to look for the local popular famous food, right? And some other elements in the shopping malls are the leisure and entertainment like bowling, skating, archery, cinema, or extreme park. These are also some of the tourist attraction. And also the wellness like beauty salon, spa, uh, gyms, and other fashion store. These are some of the usual attraction for the tourists. Over the last 3 decades, Malaysia shopping malls have actually evolved from a straight departmental store format to world-class malls. Several of our PPK shopping malls members are International Council of Shopping Centre ICSC award winners. As you can see from the slides here, uh, there are many good quality of events or setup in the malls, especially when it comes to the festive celebration. You will see a lot of world-class and fascinating setup and event take place in shopping malls. You can see some of the pictures here, like Pavilion KL, some of the Chinese New Year setup, or Hari Raya, Christmas, and Deepavali. You'll see very amazing, very good quality setup compared with other neighboring countries. PPK also collaborated with Tourism Malaysia, and last year we launched this Shop and Be Rewarded program in March and April this year. Sorry, this year 2021, together with Tourism Malaysia. We started the discussion, the planning last year, 2020. This program actually offer shoppers e-cash vouchers if they spend minimum purchase of 50 ringgit. Okay, this is a matching grant program. We have 31 participating malls sponsor a total of 450,000 worth of e-cash shopping vouchers, and this was matched by Tourism Malaysia. So totaling 900,000 worth of e-vouchers were given out or distributed out to the shoppers. So we look forward to more of this kind of collaboration with the authorities, including our Tourism Malaysia, to push the shopping cycle further, and also to continue to play up, one, our shopping mall industry continue to play up the role in this ecotourism system. One of the successful and unique model for Sunday malls, I'm using some of the reference from Sunday malls, is the integrated resort or township. In most of the Sunday development, it consists of, you can see the development consists of shopping mall, hotel, theme park, a medical center, college, or university components. All these components actually play a very aggressive role in promoting tourism. For example, shopping tourism, theme park tourism, medical or meditourism, or edu tourism. So during this pandemic, Sunway malls pivot to offer attractive packages to shop, stay and play. For those who can remember, last year we launched this Sunway Malls. They launched this Kesana Kesini ke Sunway, all inclusive 3 day, 2 day, 3 day 2 night staycation with free Sunway Lagoon tickets for 2 adults and 2 kids, and also Sunway Pyramid surprise vouchers and a care pack from only 499 ringgit. The response is overwhelmed. This amount is actually almost 70% off from the normal rate. Beside this Kesana Kesini ke Sunway, there's also another packages from the Sunway Velocity Township. They have this stay, screen, and shop. Stay at Sunway Velocity Hotel, screen at Sunway Medical Center, and also shop at Sunway Velocity Mall for only 338 ringgit. So these are all the value buy during the last year when the pandemic started to happen last year. This is also another way to show how shopping can complement or work together with the tourism industry players to help to promote domestic tourism. Another references from Sunway is also Nanjing Street at Sunway Velocity. I'm sharing here some of these attractions to show that how shopping industry is important to tourism. So Nanjing Street at Sunway Velocity, it is called Street of Hot Pot. A lot of steamboat, a different kind of hot pot at this Nanjing Street. So it is one of the interesting destination to those who love or want to try out the hot pot cuisine in Chinese authentic setup ambience. Another reference, usually for tourists when they come to visit places in our country, they will love to look for art and culture. And all this you can find some of this interesting art and culture. You can actually find it in shopping mall. There are also many international events hosted by mall. So this also attracted a lot of footfall from the tourists. For example, the recent one is the Squid Game at Sunway Pyramid, and some other events at other malls, like Nickelodeon Fun Time at Sunway Pyramid as well. Travel bubble. As we know, the first travel bubble for vaccinated tourists after the prolonged lockdown this year. Uh, this year, it actually created more confidence in tourism industry. So this Langkawi open to tourists in this year after the lockdown in May, June, July, August. So actually help to improve the confidence, the tourist confidence. Mata Fair. Before the pandemic, back in 2019, one of our mall members, Sunway Putra Mall, always be their official partner for this Mata Fair KL, which was held nearby their shopping mall at World Trade Center. Uh, again, shows that how the shopping malls can help the tourism, because throughout the Mata Fair period, this mall actually offer a lot of shopping vouchers to the visitors of this Mata Fair. Yeah. Okay, when come to this new normal marketing, we know that we are still in this pandemic situations, so a lot of business are affected. One of the way to help the local entrepreneur to start up their business, all this because everyone face challenges in this pandemic. One of the way for most of the shopping malls member is they provide a pop-up market. They invited the local vendors to come and participated in this pop-up market, and this is actually one of the attraction to tourists, to the local tourists, because you can find a lot of interesting items or accessory in this pop-up market, and also some of this alfresco dining as well. Alfresco dining are usually tourists also will prefer to have some light dining experience with natural air ventilations or natural environment. Okay, as we all know, also the pandemic has accelerated the digitalization transformation. We saw changes in shopping behavior and the major shift towards e-commerce. The retail landscape has moved to hybrid model. Most of our retailers, our tenants, they actually have both platform for shoppers to spend. They have physical and digital. We call hybrid model, phygital format. Retailers have a lot of our retailers have developed their own e-commerce in order to continue their sales business during the lockdown, where they are not allowed to open their shops, but they still can continue their sales business through this e-commerce. And also, once when the retail sector open up to public, they still can continue to have more platforms offered to their shoppers. That means shoppers will have choice online, offline, online to offline, offline to online. They have more variety to choose for when it comes to shopping. And Sunway Malls also adapted to this new retail landscape by launching Sunway E-Mall last month. This platform also allowed borderless shopping and sales transactions. So tourists can continue to shop from this platform anytime and anywhere. Again, this during this pandemic, another new normal is cashless or contactless. People try to minimize the touch lah. So that's why cashless, contactless program are actually some of the program that shoppers are looking forward to. Like for example, like One Utama, they have this cashless shopping before the launch actually before the pandemic. And for Sunway Pyramid, they also started this smart parking, cashless. You don't even have to wind down your car window to touch or to press the boom gate button. So all this actually help to reduce uh, the contact points, and also to reduce the risk when it comes to all this hygiene um, requirement. Okay, another new normal is the order and collect or drive-through. These are some of the new shopping orders that have created during this pandemic. Most of our shopping malls member actually have arranged this stuff for this stuff new setup for shoppers' convenience. Okay, this is also another reference to show that how the shopping malls members, our PPK shopping mall members, how they help to push or stimulate the spending during this pandemic. For example, like Summit Velocity Mall, they have this 100 rewards throughout the lockdown, the actually during the MCO periods. So this is also another way to help to stimulate the spending in the local shopping industry. Okay, that's it. Life and livelihood matter. We know it's challenging for the last 20 months of this pandemic. We know the situation is very tough, but we strongly believe, I think the worst is over. Now we all of us already have to move on. We know that life and livelihood matter. So most important is we all have to live with the virus safely. We must comply with all the safety SOP and continue to shop. So it's time to make shopping great again. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you, Miss Phang, for your sharing. Now
Yeah.
we will go to Miss Evelyn from PPK Malaysia, which will take over the Q&A session. Do ask if you have any questions regarding the sharing. I'm sure Miss Evelyn will be pleased to answer them.
So now we will have another representative, which is Miss Evelyn, to conduct the Q&A session. Feel free to ask any questions regarding the topic.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, Miss Evelyn.
Hope you're all having a great weekend.
You too, you too. So now we'll
Yeah.
be waiting for the questions to appear.
Okay. No worries.
Mm.
You appear in the comments column, right?
Yep, yep,
Uh, I see
uh,
someone, Samuel Xavier, right? Is that correct?
yep, yep, yep.
How much has technology changed? Shopping mall operations. Yes, technology has definitely made operations easier. What she has mentioned, what Ms. Phang has mentioned earlier was one of it is the important one to everybody parking. Cashless parking is now going to be the norm in a lot of malls. It has reduced pilfering, it has reduced manpower. So this is one of the technology. Other technology will be more on the back of house, like in the aircon side or the vertical transportation side. But from what the customer sees, it will be cashless parking, and on the retail side, you will look at e-wallets. I hope that answers your question. Someone else has asked about current status of visitors to shopping malls. Yeah, we have been open more fully since I think it's September. Now it's about coming to almost 3 months, correct? The footfall initially was not so good that first couple of weeks. People were still quite hesitant to come out, but it has been very encouraging and improving week by week. I would say across most malls, you probably achieve 50, 60, even up to 70%. And there are some malls, performing malls, very popular malls, which I cannot tell you the name. They can achieve even up to 80, 90% of pre-COVID levels. So we are very encouraged. But at the same time, with more people coming in, there's even more stress on the malls to keep up to the SOPs. Uh, Alex, how will the mall be ready to accept more and more people? Yes, I touched on it a little bit earlier. More and more people means more and more business for the retailers, which is good for the whole entire economy. The malls are always ready to accept crowds, even way before COVID. But now with the COVID-19 being endemic, with even maybe new strains coming up, the malls are even more stringent in their SOPs. I think some people would have actually complained about getting into the mall. The process of getting in the mall sometimes might be a little bit troublesome. They want to check your vaccination status. The guards will ask you when you last updated your profile, things like that. This is part of the strict gatekeeping that we do in malls to ensure that the malls is a safe shopping bubble, because whoever is working in a mall, the employees as well as the retailer staff, are all fully vaccinated. So we think we are quite ready, and we have been actually, how do I say, sometimes penalized for being too strict. You get a lot of complaints, a lot of brickbats. Um, okay, let me see. I hope that answers it. So are we to the next question now, Eric?
Yep, yep.
Retailers' anticipation. Samuel is asking again. Hi, Samuel.
Mm.
Okay, anticipation. We think the year-end sales will pick up a lot because this is the traditional time of the year where people go shopping for presents and stuff like that. There's also a lot of pent-up shopping in the retailer uh, circle. They call it revenge shopping. Okay, you haven't bought stuff for a long time, so you come out and buy a lot at one go. We hope that will come true, because we have had some surveys during the lockdown that people will come back to the brick and mortar malls. They want to see stuff, they want to be seen, and it is altogether what we call experiential shopping. Shopping is just not buying stuff. It is being in the mall, experiencing the maybe five senses. So the sales should pick up for end of the year. and we really feel that it is coming. We just pray and hope there are no more restrictions, as what the government has hinted, and things will keep on improving. Wow, there's a lot of questions here, right?
Yep.
Okay,
Everyone
what
is
were the
interested.
efforts? Yeah, everyone likes shopping, right? Because shopping is a lifestyle
Mm.
for Malaysians. Miss Pang mentioned what 1 in 5 is always in a shopping mall over the weekend. Okay, um, efforts of the association. Yeah, we've been super busy during the last 2 years because there was a lot of restrictions. First, there was lockdown, and then there was a lot of SOP, which sometimes did not make sense to our business. Of course, we know the objective is to keep everyone safe. So the association has been lobbying throughout these 2 years to the authorities to relax more and more restrictions. That's one of our roles. Even right now, we are in the, I think 14 states are in the NRP phase 4, which is supposed to be the final stage. But there are still negative lists. In shopping, we want all businesses to be able to open and operate and start to recover. So that's one of our roles. And then we did work with the Ministry of Domestic Trade and CITF. CITF is the COVID people, the COVID immunization task force, to set up vaccination centers in shopping malls under the REVAC program, Retail Industry Vaccination. There's a lot of acronyms there. Well, REVAC was held in, I think, 9 malls throughout the country, and about 50, 60,000 people were vaccinated, and this was meant for the mall employees as well as the shop's employees, just to make sure that all of us are in a safe shopping bubble. And we also work with tourism, like Ms. Phang mentioned, on injecting cash into the system by giving people e-cash vouchers. So that was our role, to try and let all the malls recover as best as they can.
Mm.
I hope that answers uh,
Okay.
Zin's question.
Okay. So maybe we can give another few minutes for more questions to pop in.
Yep, no problem.
So
We
this is
try to
from
help.
Miss Evelyn. Can I ask, like, how long have you been with PPK Malaysia?
You wouldn't want to know too long. I was previously working in other shopping mall centers. Okay,
Mm.
managing shopping malls. Then when I thought I had retired, inverted commas, I came into the association, and I am still here. And in my portfolio, there are more than one mall now, obviously, few hundred malls. But it is still very enjoyable working in the shopping industry,
Mm.
although it is tough times right now.
Mm.
There are more and more malls coming up. There's one new mall opening next week, the newest baby in town. I guess a lot of people will go and sight it out.
Mm.
But even during the lockdown, there were actually malls which have opened, a handful of them. In Johor, there was one. In Klang Valley, there was one. Because people, I don't know, people are very courageous to be in this
Mm.
industry, although it is very competitive.
I see. I see. Good that you like what you're doing, lah.
Oh, yes, yes. So
It's
when
a
are you
good
going
thing. It's a
shopping
good.
after this
Hmm?
event? When are you going
Uh,
shopping? This event?
not sure. Not sure. We'll visit the shopping mall soon.
Yeah,
Hmm.
because now it is Christmas is coming up. It is a
Hmm.
good time to go make a little tour of some of the malls. The Christmas decoration is up. I think a few already up. Some are in the process. So it is good to go and capture the kind of ambience, festive ambience. That's what the decor is meant for, to encourage people to come and spend a little bit more time in the mall. The more time you're in the mall means you spend more, right?
Yep. True, true. Makes sense, makes sense.
Makes sense.
Hmm.
No more questions. Everything
um,
answered.
Not sure. Is there any more questions from the public?
Don't know. We'll wait and see.
Hmm.
Just want to maybe inform the attendees here that uh, we are here to make the shopping malls a safe place for you to spend some time, whether you're here for the food or you're here for the supermarket or some retail therapy. Go and walk. If you don't want to buy baju, at least go and have a look. Maybe this is
Hmm.
the Malaysian weekend activity. This was the Malaysian weekend activity. I'm not sure whether it's still the same now because the pandemic has definitely changed all our lifestyles. Uh, Whether temporary or permanently, it's just still left to be seen. But we see the shopping traffic gradually coming back.
Hmm. That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
That's a good thing. Yeah, we did the survey. Like I said, I think seven at that time. This was I think the survey we did was earlier this year. It was 78% said they want to come back to the malls. Although we do all go online shopping. You go online for food. You go online. I mean to order food. Okay, you go online to buy your things from the online platforms. But at the same time, you cannot eat online. You can only order. You still eat at home. It's very different
Hmm.
eating at home and eating in the shop.
Hmm.
So that's part of the experience that we are talking about. Everybody's very happy. No more questions, is it?
Satisfied with all the questions, all the answers.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Well, we are in the shopping industry. We will encourage you to go shopping. This will, in a small way, help to start the shopping cycle because shopping is a whole ecosystem. The things that you buy will mean further upstream the factories, manufacturers, the people who deliver the stuff, even right down to the raw materials. Like one item of clothing, it goes right down to the farmer, the raw cotton that he produces downstream. So it's a whole entire ecosystem.
Yeah, yeah. It helps the economy also.
Yes,
Hmm.
even a couple of months back when we were still in lockdown, it was really tough. Okay, everyone was suffering. So that's why
Hmm.
the association was trying to lobby to release the restrictions. Everywhere very happy, is it? Really, no one, no more questions.
So, Miss Evelyn, from just now the pre-recording from Miss Phang,
Ah,
what about yourself? Do you have like any encouragement towards the public for them to go shopping?
yes, come shopping. Shopping malls are safe because we are quite strict with the great gatekeeping. Uh, Maybe I can explain a little bit about gatekeeping because there are many reasons why we are strict. Number one, we want to create a safe shopping bubble. Whoever is in there has been screened. Uh, I think in May there was this big chaos caused by the Hyde announcement. Uh, Hyde was the system whereby they flag locations where there are COVID cases. At that time, we were not so strict with the gatekeeping. Okay, so many of the buildings in Klang Valley, even throughout Malaysia, including some malls, were flagged, and the flag was supposed to warn these locations to heighten their safety measures. But for some reason, all were asked to close for 3 days. We were given what, less than 12 hours to close. Opening and closing a shopping mall is not like switching on and off electricity. There's a big big procedure behind it. So it was a tough time. So being flagged in the height system is not good because you have a potential of being asked to close. And when we asked to close, there's a lot of losses involved. Losses for the landlord, losses in sales, because if the shops cannot open, they're going to come to the landlord to ask for rental rebates. So there's a lot of spillover effect. So since then, the malls have actually strengthened and tightened everything up. We hope the public feels safe lah. But I seriously, personally think malls are safe. We have even, how do I say, enhanced the ventilation system. There are some malls that actually extract the air at the end of the day and pump in fresh air. So that is like a recycling of the air, recycle with fresh air for the mall.
Mm. Okay, so
Question.
I guess there's no more questions from the public already.
Then I
So
can
I
go
guess
and
due
have
to
my right.
okay, so due to time, we will end our Q&A session already.
Sure.
Thank you for all the questions. So
Yeah.
Miss Evelyn, is there like anything else you want to say or add before we conclude?
Mm, come shopping. Come to the shopping malls.
Mm,
Let us make shopping great again. That's what Miss Pang said in her byline.
mm. Yes, yes, yes. So, okay, again, thank you for your time, your content, and your sharing, Miss Evelyn.
You're
So
most
I'll pass
welcome.
it back. So I'll pass it back to the MC.